Welcome back everyone, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Wonder Woman 1984 video for the post-credit scene and the end of the movie. I'll also talk about how this sort of dovetails with what's going on with the Justice League Snyder Cut. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. Because it's Christmas, we're doing an Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your favorite part of the movie on the video and what you want them to do with her during Wonder Woman 3, given all the extra powers that she had during Wonder Woman 1984. I know there are a lot of questions now. If she can fly in this, how come she's not flying in the present day movies like Batman v Superman or Justice League? I will address that when we get to that part of the video, but obviously careful for spoilers from everything that happens during Wonder Woman 1984 because we'll have to talk about the entire end of the movie, not just the post-credit scene. But just starting at the end, Wonder Woman realizes that the Dreamstone has taken her power in exchange for granting her wish to bring back Steve Trevor. The way that they accomplish that in the movie is that Steve Trevor basically inhabits the body of another character, sort of replacing him in his body when he's around. Anyone that looks at him sees the original guy, like when he looks in a mirror, but Wonder Woman sees him and hears him as Steve Trevor. He convinces her that the lie is not worth it. She needs to save the world and she can't do that without her powers, so she takes back her wish. Steve Trevor kind of dies again. Everyone press F in the chat to pay respects to Chris Pine. She gets her powers back just as Maxwell, Lord, and Cheetah go to a presidential bunker where he can transmit his power of the Dreamstone to the entire world, so literally everyone all over the planet will succumb to its power, making wishes. Wonder Woman full-on flies during the movie, as you can see. She can fly in the comics, so we'll see how they explain this in the Justice League Snyder Cut version of the movie, because in the theatrical cut in present day, she never flies in any of those movies. I think that's mostly just a director's choice, like they were introducing her and slowly leveling her up, but if you think about it a little, she's been able to do this entire time, so it does wind up being a little bit silly. There'll probably be a couple minor continuity issues just because of what they decided to do with her during Wonder Woman 1984. But Zack Snyder did say that she has some really badass action scenes during the Justice League Snyder Cut that are different from the theatrical cut. So if you felt like there wasn't enough action scenes during Wonder Woman 1984, which is a common complaint, the Justice League Snyder Cut will be more of a straight-up superhero comic book movie like you would normally expect. There was a big invisible jet Easter egg here, but it's actually her trying to replicate the powers of her father, Zeus, to make it invisible the way he made Themyscira invisible. She said earlier she made a coffee cup invisible, but she doesn't remember how she did it, and because it's invisible, she can't find the coffee cup anymore. So it's actually a pretty OP power that maybe she'll wind up using in future movies. And during one of her flying scenes, there is a scene directly referencing a moment from the end of the first Superman movie, when he's flying through the clouds and you're hearing the voices of Jor-El speak to him about not being able to change the past, the course of human history, before he flies around the world and spins it backwards, reversing time. The Wonder Woman version of this scene is when she's flying to the island to stop Maxwell, Lord, and Cheetah, and she hears the voices of all the different people around the world calling out, making their wishes. One of the other bigger Easter eggs early on is that one of the people who works with Maxwell Lord is Simon Stagg. He's the business partner that he gets rid of pretty early on. But she grabs the golden armor of Asteria, one of the previous Amazonian heroes who was out in the world helping people. She shows up in a second, obviously, because that's part of the post-credit scene, but she uses the armor to fight the final boss form of Cheetah, who's gotten powerful enough to hurt her even when Wonder Woman is at full power. If you haven't seen any of the animated Wonder Woman movies, there are leveled up boss versions of Cheetah that can actually claw Wonder Woman's skin out, like her nails are strong enough to pierce her skin, whereas normally she can deflect bullets like it's no big deal. Canonically, Wonder Woman isn't quite as strong as Superman, but she's like the next closest thing to being as strong as Superman, who's basically god tier powerful. But Cheetah has made another wish to become an apex predator, which takes her to full comic book form Cheetah. Most of the movie after she makes her first wish, she's just kind of mid-level powerful, but still looks fully human. She effectively wishes to be just like Wonder Woman because she admires her so much. She's kind of a Wonder Woman stan at the beginning of the movie. Wonder Woman tries to save her, get her to take back her wish, just like she did. Like, it's not worth it, the lie isn't worth it. But she refuses to do it because of course they're going to have their full-on boss fight. The special effects were okay, and I think we can all be thankful that they didn't go full cats with Cheetah. We didn't have a cat situation. This isn't a horror film. But that's also part of the reason why they did the fight at night, to hide the special effects as much as possible so that you're not looking too closely and it comes off a little bit better. There's way more special effects like this in the Justice League Snyder Cut for reference. Zack Snyder did an interview a little while ago saying that there are more visual effects shots in the Snyder Cut than in all of Avengers Endgame, so we'll see what that actually ends up looking like in March when they release all those episodes. Wonder Woman doesn't kill Cheetah, but she does beat the crap out of her, and eventually she does get her to take part of her apex predator wish back, but it's unclear if she loses all of her abilities because she goes back to looking exactly like she did when she was still mid-level powerful. Funny enough though, she uses Maxwell Lord using the same trick that she used on Aquaman in Justice League. They turned the joke from Justice League into a big twist of the movie. She sneaks the lasso of truth under him while he's busy transmitting to the world. She uses that to speak to the rest of the world and show them the truth. Like, no, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to all of them. Everyone's going crazy all over the world because of the side effects of the Dreamstone. But also, as part of this, a couple different nations are getting ready to fire their nukes, so the world is getting ready to blow itself up in mutually assured destruction. They revealed during the movie that the Dreamstone was created by the god of treachery. Go figure that this is the endgame of that. Within the universe, the lore behind the stone is that the cultures that had it previously all annihilated themselves and vanished without a trace. So obviously, this is what happened to them. They all annihilated themselves because they succumbed to the Dreamstone. She convinces Maxwell Lord that he's about to lose his son, and he pulls a Wonder Woman, taking his wish back, reversing most of the damage that he's done, reuniting with him after a small time jump. I think it's assumed that he and Cheetah don't go to prison, at least right away, because Maxwell Lord is running around free and clear after this time jump, reuniting with his son. And if Wonder Woman was going to haul anyone to prison, if we're talking about Christopher Reeve Superman Easter eggs, because a lot of this movie does feel like a Christopher Reeve Superman movie, she'd be taking him to prison just like Superman flies Lex Luthor to prison at the end of one of his movies. The world chills out and everyone starts celebrating all over the place. And then later, after another time jump during Christmas, Wonder Woman is walking around a town square, passes the man whose body Steve Trevor had temporarily stolen. He jokes about how his friends make fun of him for his crazy 80s outfit. You have to remember, it is the 1980s when this movie is happening, but it's a callback to Steve Trevor trying all the crazy outfits earlier in the movie. The parachute pants, the fanny packs, the members only jacket. Does everybody parachute now? What's going on here? Then after another time jump, she ends the movie flying through the clouds like Superman. The way they visualize her flying scenes are a little bit like Christopher Reeve's Superman flying scenes. Obviously very different from the way Henry Cavill's Superman flies, just the way they visualize that. But again, that's another conscious design choice by Patty Jenkins to reference the Christopher Reeve Superman. She hears a siren in the distance, then flies off to help, and that's basically what she's doing until present day, when the events of Batman v Superman and then Justice League pick up. But then during the post-credit scene, somewhere else in an American city after another time jump, a pole breaks and almost crushes a baby, but a woman in blue stops it like it's no big deal without breaking her step, and as the woman rushes to thank her for saving her child, she turns around and it's revealed to be Lynda Carter in the flesh, who's playing Asteria, the person who Wonder Woman's golden armor belonged to before her, the Amazon before Wonder Woman who had gone out into the world to help mankind. She says it's no big deal, just a simple trick of shifting your weight, and I've been doing this for a long time. Sort of metaphorically winking at the camera, and it's meant to be a big reference to Lynda Carter's Wonder Woman TV show. Like, yes, Asteria has been helping people in the DCEU within the continuity of the movie for a long time because she's ancient like the other Amazons. But also in real life, Lynda Carter has literally been doing the Wonder Woman thing for a long time. Then they go back to the credits, just implying that Asteria, Lynda Carter's character, might show up again during Wonder Woman 3 or some other future movie if they want. The whole thing with the Lynda Carter cameo is that Patty Jenkins said during the first movie she had kind of wanted to do it, but it just didn't work out the way she wanted to. So when they got to the second movie, when she knew she was going to do Wonder Woman 1984, she made a big deal about getting Lynda Carter in the movie. And Lynda Carter said that she would always be happy to cameo in one of the Wonder Woman movies as long as they wrote a good part for her. So that's why they created the Asteria character in the universe of the movie. Were Christopher Reeve to still be alive in present day, it'd sort of be like then doing a Henry Cavill Superman film, then saying that Christopher Reeve Superman is just another version of Superman from another Earth, and he comes in cameos at the end of one of Superman's movies. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. And they sort of answer some of the other big questions people had going into it, like what's going on with lassoing the lightning bolts? She really is lassoing the lightning bolts, but she's also full-blown flying at the same time. But if you haven't heard about Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot talk about Wonder Woman 3, they did say that that would be set during present day, but they haven't signed Patty Jenkins to the movie yet, so they're not making it yet. It's just a theoretical movie at this point, and she said that she wouldn't do Wonder Woman 3 until after she does her Star Wars movie, the Rogue Squadron movie, which actually is confirmed to be in the distant future after the events of the new Star Wars movies. They released a teaser for that back during the Disney investor meeting, so she'll start talking more about her Star Wars movie in the next couple of years as she starts to make it. But that's not going to premiere till December 2023, so it's still a couple years away. The real future of the Star Wars franchise is actually in the Disney Plus series. There are 10 new Star Wars shows coming in the next couple of years. I've been doing a bunch of videos about that, so I'll link them in the description. The whole thing with the Justice League Snyder Cut is that Zack Snyder confirmed that it was going to premiere in March. It's supposed to be, I believe, 4 episodes. They're going to air in 4 different parts just because it's going to be over 4 hours long. But Zack Snyder said that he'd be releasing another really big trailer in January sometime, and they start spinning up and promoting the movie, so we'll learn more details about that. They might change the release date just a little bit. But if you have any of the big questions about the end of the movie, or any big Easter egg questions, just write them below in the comments. The next really big thing that's happening is that the Marvel WandaVision episodes are going to premiere January 15th. I'll be doing episode videos for that, so as long as you have alerts enabled for my channel, you should see those when they drop. There's also a bunch of other stuff that's going to be happening between now and then too. Everyone click here for that new Star Wars Rogue One prequel trailer video, and click here for all my Mandalorian Season 3 episodes and Season 2 episode videos. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, Merry Christmas,